I'm Lindsay. I'm so excited that we found each other. If you're joining me right now, you might want to run back and watch part 1 of this 3-part series, making over our guest bedroom. In the first episode, I'll link it down below, I completely reimagined the space by adding beadboard paneling around the room, chair rail molding, a little shelf on the back wall. It was a labor of love. If you want to know how I did it, I'm definitely no expert, but I learned a ton in this first time doing it, so I shared all my best tips, all of the materials that I used step by step in that last video. Definitely have a little bit of touch-up painting to do, but I just cannot wait to get all the rest of the construction DIY project materials out of here, back out into the garage workspace so that we can, I just want to see that rug down, you guys. We've got to do it. First things first, time to clear out the room so we can start bringing in the pretty things. Let's do this.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden, golden things.
I'm going for a very French-inspired look for this room, and honestly for the whole house. But if you've been around for a minute, you know my style is a little eclectic. I like to mix together lots of different things. I'm so excited about this beautiful rug that I found at Home Goods. I just happened down there and was really hoping to find something for this project. I think we may have found the rug for the guest room. It's an 8x10, and the colors are so cool. I liked how the colors were a bit bolder and more interesting, and I love the blue. I found these little French silhouette Pottery Barn nightstands, a pair of them on OfferUp. You guys, I've just picked up the nightstands, and aren't they so cute? They definitely have a little bit of wear and tear, but I really don't mind. I kind of like their rustic nature. They're a pretty creamy color. I think it'll go great with the paint color we picked. A little tiny drawer, a little deeper drawer. They're in fantastic condition, solid wood. I've been collecting little vintage gold, brass, gilded frames for quite some time, and now that I've got this little ledge across the back wall, I can lean frames up so I can change out the art without hanging things. I've got quite a few lamp options, so we're just gonna clear out the room and start playing around with things. When you wake up from a DIY bender like I did this morning, muscle aches, total exhaustion, it's best to take a shower, a long one, solid breakfast, get your protein and energy back, at least 4 cups of coffee in my case, and start cleaning up. Once you do, you may discover even the deepest perfectionists like myself might find a few drips of paint here and there, especially if you were DIYing late into the night and getting sleepy. Remember, don't be too hard on yourself. It's totally normal to have little drips and spills here and there. It's DIY, it's life. You're going to make mistakes. And most things in life are fixable, as I always say, so that's where these come in. I'm really liking this one. It's the Goo Gone Latex Paint Cleanup. This one's great. It says it cleans up paint spills and splatters, which it does. And even the next day, you can use it on floors, paintbrushes, tools, ladders, tables, really anything. Even on my hardwood floors, you guys, I did a little test. I wouldn't soak your hardwood floors in this stuff, always do a little test, but it's been working out pretty great so far. So I'm gonna try out a couple more spaces and see if we can get rid of the last little paint drips before we move the rug in here.
Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird.
I did get a little smudge of liquid nails, and it's pretty firmly on there. I'm trying out this product. It's Dissolve It Contractor Solvent. It says it's safe on surfaces, even auto paint, so I figure it's probably okay. I did test it and it didn't do anything to the finish, so I'm hoping it's fine. And I've left it here for a couple minutes. Oh my gosh, it completely broke it up. This is crazy. Okay, I'll link both of these down below. These were some amazing finds and great to have on hand just in case. I never put an area rug down without first putting down a rug pad. will keep the rug in place. The bed will do that too, but this will also protect the floor. Add a little bit more cushion. Plus it gives you a chance to kind of lay out where you want the rug to go before you actually bring it in the room.
Golden, I follow only golden.
If your rug is thin enough, you can roll it and then fold it in half like this. Then you got the center of the rug. You can line it up with the center of the rug pad. And if you're home alone, it makes it a lot easier. Because 8x10 rugs, man, 8x10 and larger, they get a little precarious to deal with. We are super close on centeredness. I'm hoping we lay this out one time and it's good. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so pretty. I'm so happy.
Golden, I follow only golden. Golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold
Oh, she's gonna look so pretty against this dark
gold
wall.
anything. Golden,
Option
I
one
follow only golden.
is very simple and just plain white. I like it because the white makes a nice silhouette against the dark brown of the beadboard, and it's lower than the shelf, which it's got the perfect height. But is it too boring? And is it too white to look good on top of this sort of antique white table? These were the lamps that I had in here previously. I like them because they give a little bit of texture. I could always stain this if I wanted it to be a different color, which I am considering, but it does contrast again nicely, and the black contrasts nicely against the table. The third option is actually a combination of a brass thrifted lamp that's on that side, and then this modern wall sconce, which might add a little bit of modern to this otherwise fairly traditional vibey room right now. We would put it on the wall there so that it would hang over the table. Honestly, I think this might be the winner, at least for now. Oh no, I completely forgot to order a new bed skirt. Welcome back. We were so close to getting our Brooklinen bedding on the bed yesterday, but I ran into a little bit of a snag with the bed skirt. I had to emergency order a few online, shipped overnight. One had a failed delivery. One was not as described and like 3 inches too long. And luckily the Goldilocks effect worked, and we finally found one that is passable and the right length. It's a bright white, same color as the Brooklinen bedding, so it's going to be a great cost-effective option because right now I just have not been able to source the right queen bed for this room yet. So good design takes time, as I say. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to hold out for the right thing. Now that we've got the bed skirt in place, now that I've had a chance to wash and dry our Brooklinen sheets, it's time to bring them in here and feel just how insanely soft they've got. I want to thank Brooklinen for sponsoring today's video. Brooklinen is a luxury sheets company providing elevated, beautiful linens for your home. With their wide range of 20+ solid colors and prints, you can mix and match to complement any decor style. These sheets are incredibly soft, and it's so important to invest in high quality things, especially when you're outfitting a guest room. I know we want to have guests feel like they're in the luxurious hotel suite when they come to stay with us, and Brooklinen sheets go a long way to achieving that feeling. I just took the duvet cover out of the packaging, you guys. It is so soft. Oh my gosh. I am over the moon. I already told Mom I'm redoing her room for the next time she comes. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that's gonna be. I recommend getting the hardcore bundles. We got the Luxe hardcore bundle, and it comes with the duvet cover, fitted sheet, flat sheet, and 4 pillowcases. So you'll see how this is gonna completely outfit this bed in our guest room. Gosh, these sheets are crazy soft, you guys. They were so soft when we took them out of the packaging, but now that we've washed them, I feel like they've gotten even softer. I kind of like the a window pane print because the lines help you line it up on the bed. Oh, and they're nice and long too for tucking under the bed. I'm a hospital corners kind of gal. I love the window pane print, the little bit of touch of modern it gives to the room. I like how it's a nice balance, especially when I chose such a moody, bold color for our beadboard paneling, a pretty bold colored rug. We needed that bright white to still make this room feel spacious and inviting. This is our first set of Brooklinen sheets, and putting them in a guest room, you know I had to try them out. They keep you cool all night. They're so incredibly soft and comfortable. We have definitely got to get another set for our bedroom. I'm also interested in trying some of their other things like pillows, duvet inserts, and they have some really beautiful colors in their wide range of towels. During their Labor Day sale, all Brooklinen products are 20% off. Plus you can load that on top of the bedding bundle savings. You can give your bedroom or guest room a makeover at a fantastic price and outfit the whole thing in one box. Our Brooklinen sheets arrived in this cute little Brooklinen suitcase. I had a lot of fun looking through this little booklet they threw in the box. They aren't lying when they say best sheets ever. Thanks again to Brooklinen for sponsoring today's video. I am absolutely in love with my Luxe Hardcore bundle in the window pane print. Remember the Labor Day sale. All items are 20% off site-wide. Use my link in the description box down below to shop. If you want to make a beautiful bed, especially for guests, here's a couple of my best tips. People think that you want to put the pattern facing up because it looks pretty when you're making the bed. However, I like to flip it over with the pattern facing down. That way, when you roll over the top of the bedding, the pattern shows perfectly over the duvet cover. Hospital corners is super simple. I like it because it just tucks everything in, and I like long sheets when I sleep, but I don't like to see them hanging out of the bed when I walk by a room. So all you do is you pull this hanging that way part up into like a diagonal shape. This part that's still hanging down, carefully tuck that in first, then pull this down and tuck any little bits in, and look, now it's kind of just box cornered. And then the duvet will sit nicely over it and it won't hang out. Then you could just kick it out when you sleep. It can be hard to get your comforter inside the duvet cover, so here's what I like to do. Lay it out on the bed with the closed corners opposite from you and the open side right in front of you. Get your comforter going the same way. Usually tags are placed on the short end, but you can always lay it out to check. I just fish this corner through to the first corner, match it, pull that side down and hold this. We're gonna take the other corner, same thing. I know where the corner is. I'm just gonna fish it through to this end. Okay, perfect. Shake it out. Find the opposite corners. This is now the corner of the button side, this corner, and the other open end. Straighten out. I fold it over and button it before what I like to call the final big shakeout. Oh, and I'm gonna move this coffee break first. It's time to get those pillows on the bed. What is it about a freshly made bed? One thing I love about bedding companies is when they do the pocket on the pillowcase. I don't know why we need like an open side on the pillowcase. I like this envelope closure, and Brooklinen, oh, you do it perfectly. Put the pillow in like normal, I'm sure you've seen these, and then you tuck the corners inside of this little envelope end, and then that folds down. No button, no zipper, not needed, nothing getting in your way when you sleep. But when you make the bed, from an interior design standpoint, that looks so much better, and you don't see like the tags of your pillow hanging out. Huge pet peeve of mine, so another reason to go for Brooklinen. Oh my gosh. This is so the fresh feeling we needed in here. It looks so good against the dark paint. Starting to question the blue lamp. We might have to do some experimenting after this. Especially now that the bedding's in here. You can really see how the colors are coming together, and I want to be minimalist in how I introduce new shades to this room. Now that the beautiful bedding's in here, I'm having a lamp rethink. What if we replace this one with this one. Now, I originally bought 2 of these as a desperate effort to find bedside lamps for in here. But once I started installing everything and seeing, oh yeah, we have a wall shelf here, the tall lamp just didn't make sense because this is a ledge for pictures. Why would we want to block that? But the height here actually looks really good. It definitely has more of that like French Spanish vibe that I like. I love the wrought iron feelings. It coordinates with a floor lamp that I found vintage that's in the living room. We'll look at that one in another video. The shade looks really good with the Roman shades. And it provides a little bit of a change from this style of ceramic sort of bulbous lamp. What do you think? I think I like it. Now we just need to find an extension cord. We've got the new lamp in place, and honestly, you guys, I really like it. I think it's just the right level of contrast between the other lamps, so they're not all the same sort of silhouette. And the shade has a little bit different color. It's a bit warmer. I always change that at a later time, but it does provide a warm glow in the room, which you know we like. And look at that bedding. I couldn't help myself. I had to bring the door in. It's definitely still needing to be refinished. It's gonna be so amazing when it's all done. The trim work, it's all coming in the next video. Our next big project is going to be a DIY to disguise these mirrored closet doors. Not my favorite. I don't like making guests sleep and stare at themselves in the mirror. It's just kind of strange. We're gonna trim out the closet, refinish that door, trim out that door, trim out the windows. Sorry. I'm not talking to you, bud. It's getting a little hot, had to throw my hair up, and it's time to play with some art. I have been collecting vintage ornate frames for some time. You know, in the French zone, I'm just a sucker for anything with French gilding on it, essentially. I found this beautiful piece, and I actually really love the portrait. It's just a print, obviously, but it's listed on the back, Mrs. Henry Beaufoy by Thomas Ginsborough. I'm not sure if she's French, but she surely loves the French style. I mean, look at the Marie Antoinette hairdo, the very elaborate silk draping. We're loving her. Loving the linen gold matting little inner frame. It's beautiful. This one I think for sure is gonna go in there. So we're seeing lots of different frames, different sizes. This one's a bit on the larger side, and I do want to save some for possibly a gallery wall in another space. But I liked the idea of some of these littles in the guest room on that little shelf. And then what's nice is I can hang on the wall if I want to, or I could just lean them on that shelf and change them out when I want to seasonally. My sister-in-law and my mother-in-law found these National Geographic magazines, and they're from the 1920s and 30s. This one's from March 1921, June 1926. I love pictures, especially of cityscapes, landscapes, and homes or buildings that are beautiful. All right, I combed through all of them. I found a few options. This one is a picture of Monte Carlo across the water, and yes, this one is definitely going. I don't feel terrible taking this out because as I was coming through, I noticed somebody got to these before me and definitely took some other pages out. Ooh, I kind of like it. The heart of Paris is seen from the air. Yes. Oh my gosh, look at the gardens. Just using my scissors like an X-Acto knife. Perfect.
Ran down my head, I let you go.
Cute. All right, now I'm just gonna cut some cardboard, put that in the back, tape it in. Should be ready to put this on our little guest room shelf.
I'm out in the night with someone new. He's not what I want, he's not you.
Just adding a little tape in there, folding it under. All right, I think these are ready to go. I feel like every room needs something with a sense of humor, and I had these 2 little succulents in these little face jars. Just look like cool little stone sculptures. I'm just gonna stick them in the windowsill. They just bring a little smile to my face when I see them. All right, you guys, I think it's officially time for the finishing accessorizing before we do the big room reveal, at least for this stage of the makeover. I found the cutest little thing while out at the vintage shops. It's just so cute. I wonder if it'll fit on their shelf. It was meant to be there. candle that goes with it is so cute. Oh, she's cute. I did a little something on the bedside table, so I'm gonna go with these two pretty little books. And then I have a teeny tiny little frame here that has the information to log into our Wi-Fi. I think that's a nice thing to just have in a guest room so people don't have to be wondering.
Some things change, some get lost.
Next to the bed on this side, I found this darling little blue and white ceramic piece. If you really want to go the extra mile when you have guests coming, steaming the linens is a great way to make it feel like a real hotel. I had to get crazy perfectionist on this. I just do a little zhuzh where the eye generally will go. I move pretty quickly because it doesn't take much. If you enjoy ironing, you can do that too, but to me, that's a little overboard. You can always run them on the wrinkle-free setting on the dryer too, that helps.
Shadow from a window pane.
After so many days of work and oh wow, every sore muscle in the world, I finally have this room to a really great finished point. Without further ado, here's the big before and after reveal right now. In our next episode, we'll be tackling the door wall, trimming out the door casings, window casings, figuring out what's happening with this salvage door, refinishing it, getting it ready to hang, hardware, and a very exciting DIY to completely transform these mirrored closet doors. Well, that does it for this episode of our guest bedroom makeover. I'm so excited about the progress we've made. In love with the bedding. Thank you, Brooklinen, for sponsoring today's video. Travis doesn't work, so I think I'm just gonna sleep in here tonight, enjoy the new bedding, the new artwork, and the new atmosphere. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell if you want to see the next episode. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Until then, check out this video. I got my build on in the wood shop, creating a storage cabinet for our bathroom, and we are loving the storage. I just need to make the doors. We gotta get on that.